Hi, I'm Sandra Hughes.
Sandra D. Hughes is a loving family woman and celebrated broadcaster. She has spent nearly 4 decades happily working at WFMY News 2. She is now a professor and the student outreach coordinator at North Carolina A&T State University. Sandra Hughes says she is glad to be back.
It feels good. I think if I were anywhere else now, other than at WFMY News 2, I would feel brand new and trying to get used to the lay of the land. But A&T feels like home to me. It always has. I've always been here since I've always been in this city. I graduated from A&T. My brothers and sisters and daddy and our husbands and children all graduated from A&T. So it feels like home to me, and I'm grateful for the opportunity.
The Aggie family is extremely pleased to have her working with the Journalism and Mass Communication Department. The experience that she's gained in television comes from over 38 years at WFMY. With dreams of being a high school English teacher, Sandra Hughes never imagined she would become a television news broadcaster. She simply calls it fate.
One day on my way home after being out interviewing all day, I passed the television station and I thought to myself, there must be someone who writes for all the things I hear those reporters say. I went in and asked for a job as a writer, and as you can imagine, they laughed at me and said, "We don't have writers, we have reporters. How would you like to be a reporter?" And I'm thinking to myself, I need a job. So I said, I'd love to be a reporter.
Sandra Hughes became the first African-American talk show host in North Carolina. Her 30-minute talk show was called Sandra and Friends.
Hi, welcome to Sandra and Friends.
When I did Sandra and Friends, I had an opportunity to bring people in from all over the area and let them talk about what was important to them.
Although Sandra created history at WFMY, her success with Sandra and Friends was not accepted by some.
But what I did get was a lot of people who watched me on TV deciding that they didn't want to see a woman of color on television. And they let me know about it through phone calls and letters and all kinds of hate mail and hate statements, even when I was on the street or in the store.
After moving past the negativity with help from her family, friends, and colleagues, Sandra continued to shine as a reporter. Throughout the years, Sandra has traveled worldwide and has interviewed a variety of individuals. She reflects on one particular incident that was a little embarrassing.
I made lots of mistakes. I can remember once trying to interview the mayor and having my pen down in my pocketbook. And like many females, that pocketbook was full of all types of things. And I remember trying to quickly dig in and get all of that stuff out and just emptied the entire pocketbook there in the mayor's office with all the city council watching.
Her bubbly personality and dedication to her community carried Sandra through years of countless experiences. She says leaving WFMY was one of the hardest things she's ever had to do.
38 and a half years, that was the bulk of my adult life at that point. And I'd only had that one job in that one building in this one city. And to suddenly stop doing that was almost like losing a family member or losing an arm or leg. It still kind of pinches me a little bit that I'm not there.
The knowledge that Sandra received at WFMY will now provide students that she teaches with plenty of first-hand education.
I think because of almost 4 decades of being on television, I did an entertainment show, I did the talk show Sandra and Friends, I did the Good Morning show, I was a news anchor. I think all of those experiences are helping me now teach young students what to look forward to.
This summer at A&T, Sandra Hughes directed a beneficial workshop for students interested in journalism and mass communication.
It was a JOMC high school broadcast workshop. And what we attempted to do was bring high school students from the area into Crosby Hall, into the Department of Journalism, and give them a crash course on this is what journalism and broadcasting is all about.
Since she's been back in Aggieland, Sandra Hughes has received the Doctor of Humanities degree given by Chancellor Martin and the university. When asked if her Aggie pride has been restored, she replied,
It never left. I've had it forever. I think I was telling someone the other day that I started coming to A&T when I was about 5 or 6 years.
Sandra Hughes has managed to overcome obstacles, create history, and become a role model to many. With all of the credit and awards she's received, she says her greatest accomplishment was having her children. Sandra's future plans includes running her communications business, teaching, and writing. Her best advice for an aspiring news broadcaster?
Learn everything you possibly can. I don't suggest you try to be an expert at any one particular subject or concentrate all your time on one subject, because as a news anchor, you're going to be dealing with issues and subjects across the board.
Sandra Hughes is a magnificent woman. She truly is an inspiration to all.